Today we're talking about the most important weapons in Fortnite, the Fortnite shotgun. So season after season, we get different kinds of shotguns, pumps, double barrels, dragon's breath, tactical shotguns. You know, we've had different ARs and different snipers, but nothing really impacts the game of Fortnite like shotties do. So today we're going to be going over the shotguns, their strengths and weaknesses, and also presenting somewhat of a concept of a new type of shotty. And I think this concept gun that we've come up with might be a very strong solution to the shotgun problem that Fortnite faces. If you guys are new to this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video. Turn on notifications so you don't miss an upload. Let's jump into the discussion. So let's focus on the four main core shotties that have shaped the Fortnite meta up until now. We've got the pump shotgun and the tactical shotgun, OG guns that were there from the start. We also have the combat shotgun and the charge shotgun. So let's talk about the tactical shotgun first. It is a very beginner-friendly shotgun because it has 8 shots, pretty widespread, very easy to use, and you can shoot it pretty fast. The problems that the tactical shotgun has is that because of its widespread, it does not do really well with range. And then the gray, green, and blue variety of the shotty is very inconsistent at times and doesn't give out a lot of damage. And also at the higher levels, a lot of the times when you're playing against another really good player, you take a shot and then you build. You take a shot and then you edit. You take a shot and you reposition. The tactical shotgun doesn't really help you if you're trying to play more methodical and be more structural with your approach. It does favor somebody who's just trying to jump into your box and be very hyper aggressive and all in your face. Now let's talk about the pump shotgun. Okay, this is everyone's favorite, or at least most people's favorite shotgun, including myself. But I've been thinking lately about it, especially since I made a video talking about the pump and the state of shotguns. And the pump itself does have some flaws. The pump has typically been able to one-shot players if it's blue or higher rarity. Actually, blue not so much anymore. And the only big weakness that it might have is its slow fire rate. So if you drop on a hot drop and the first weapon you pick up is a pump, you can't really swap to another weapon if you don't have one, and then you might lose to an SMG or a pistol. For some people, getting hit for 200 in the face, magically at times feels frustrating, feels too punishing, and sometimes feels pretty random. And with those people, I can kind of understand where they're coming from. There are times where you're fighting a player who obviously doesn't know what they're doing, or they seem trapped or pressured, and you're winning the fight, and all of a sudden they just turn around and get a lucky 200 pump to the face. But how can you kind of reduce that while still giving players the opportunity to hit for 200 if they line up a really good shot? We're going to talk about that in our concept shotgun. I also forgot to mention that the pump shotgun is one of those weapons and shotguns that does a lot of times require a secondary weapon, whether that's an SMG or a useful AR. The TAC and some of the other shotguns on this list do not require a secondary weapon to follow up. So Epic felt like getting 200 into the face was not fair and frustrating for some players. I believe that's why the pump has been vaulted again, and now we have the charge shotgun. The charge shotgun is capable of hitting for over 200. However, it requires you to charge the weapon up. The biggest problem with the charge shotgun is it doesn't really fit into the core gameplay of Fortnite. Fortnite, a lot of the times, it's fast-paced, edit, shoot, reset, edit, shoot, reset, or edit, build, shoot, edit, build, shoot. The charge shotgun messes up a lot of that because it has a very clunky charge mechanic. So let's say you take somebody's wall, you edit a window, and if you really want to utilize the charge and get a hard-hitting hit, you kind of have to charge it for a little bit, leaving yourself exposed for no reason and sometimes missing out on shots because you're too busy charging. Also, the charge shotgun, in my opinion, has really frustrating sound effects. I mean, the sound effects, you might be saying, Cypher, why are you complaining about the sound? The sound that the charge shotgun makes is very annoying. Whether you're going up against it, it makes you kind of slow down and not want to push into your opponent, or if you're using it, it just makes you sitting duck and people know that you're charging your charge shotgun. And that's not even mentioning the fact that players with higher ping have a harder time using the charge shotgun, because what can happen sometimes is you charge up the shotgun, you release to shoot, and then you swap to your SMG or other weapon too quickly, and it just cancels the shot altogether. The higher your ping is, the more often that is happening, and it can leave you feeling frustrated. Now, the combat shotgun has come and gone a couple times. It was really powerful the first time it came, and when it returned, it wasn't that powerful. It was actually one of the weakest shotguns to ever exist. The combat shotgun does not necessarily work, and I'll tell you why. The combat shotgun has a strength that it has pretty decent range, right? It has really long range, high fire rate, and a big magazine size. The problem is most fights in Fortnite are not ranged. A lot of the close quarter fights are box fights, and at the range that the combat really shines compared to the other shotties, you might as well use an SMG or an AR. The combat shotgun is also not beginner friendly. It has a very, very tight spread, so it's very easy to miss if your aim is not that good. So not only is it not beginner friendly, but it also is not fully utilized because its range gets negated by the fact that most of the fights are box fights. You can't really utilize the range because of that. So these are the 4 main shotties, right? We have a couple other ones. You know, we've had the double barrel, the dragon's breath, but I see those shotguns as kind of accessory shotguns. I don't see them as core shotguns. We're about to present you a concept that takes the best of the shotties while also making it rewarding and satisfying in, you know, in how you use it and the sounds. And we're going to be calling this the dual shotgun. Okay, so I'm going to show you this concept. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. First, it's going to have crazy cool visuals. This is just a concept, and awesome sound effects. When I'm talking sound effects, I'm talking it has a cool, satisfying shot. I feel like that's important when, you know, in Fortnite, the sounds of the guns, you know, even though it's just the sounds, I feel like it's nice to have a cool sounding shotgun. And on top of that, it's going to have 6 shotty shells, and it reloads about the same rate as a pump shotgun. So not too fast like the combat, but at a decent rate. And then we would take a page out of the Stark rifle. I think Epic did a lot of great things with the Stark rifle that they should consider implementing into other weapons, including SMGs and shotguns. The thing about the Stark rifle is it really had 2 modes. It had the close range hip fire mode, which had really high fire rate, great damage, but not that good accuracy. And then it had a ADS where it was kind of like a very accurate first shot accuracy all the time, slower shooting, good damage, long range rifle. So why not bring that mechanic into shotguns? And this is how we can do it. We're thinking it has a decent fire rate, somewhere in between the pump shotgun and attack. It doesn't necessarily have to have a secondary SMG or AR to be reliable when you're hip firing, but it's also not too spammy like the attack and combat, so you still have to kind of focus and hit your shots. And the damage output that it would be doing while you're hip firing with it would be also between the heavy and the tactical shotgun. It would hit hard, and it would take 2 to 3 hits to really put somebody down. We wouldn't want it to do crazy headshot damage, because the second part is where you can really take advantage of the headshot multiplier. So once you ADS, you would have the same effect kind of as the Stark rifle. There's a cool sound effect, maybe a new like crosshair shows up. But once you're ADS'd, instead of charging your shotgun, it still works like a normal shotgun, but once you're ADS, it has a slow fire rate that's around the same fire rate as a pump, maybe even slower, and it has the capability of hitting hard-hitting headshots and 200 pump somebody. So these are just some concept numbers, but like the hip fire would be 67 for gray, 69 for green, 71 for blue, 73 for purple, and 75 for gold. And then with a 1.5 headshot multiplier, it would do anywhere from 100 to 115 headshot. This is while hip firing. Now, once you ADS and you get into the secondary mode of the shotgun, that's when the damage multiplier increases and you're able to hit those hard hitting 150 to 200 plus shotgun shots. So you can't just jump around and randomly 200 pump people, but you can make a smart and quick edit play, or, you know, hold a good position, ADS, and hit somebody for a really good hitting shot. So this is basically like taking the concept of the charge shotgun, but making it smoother and making it less frustrating and less clunky, especially for higher ping players. ADSing would also slightly increase its range, giving it more of a combat slash pump range compared to the tac. And then when you're hip fire mode, your range would be significantly less compared to the ADS mode. And it kind of solves a lot of the issues that we're having with this pump and charge. Like, shotguns are so important to the game, and they have such a big impact on the game that constantly changing them the way they are can leave some people frustrated. And I know some people personally who have stopped playing because they just hate the charge and attack and they really want to play with the pump. I think that would be a really cool change, a really cool concept, and they can tackle some balance changes by doing this more effectively. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.